The Adventures of Kiri, Julie, and Ralph in Denflick returns. Yes, that's the ant who was from military school, but then came right back. Will he be friends with Kiri, Julie, and Ralph again? Well, let's find out by reading our story. This afternoon after school was like every afternoon, except one afternoon it was raining a little bit, which meant Kiri, Julie, and Ralph couldn't go outside to play until the rain stops. So they all watched TV instead. Julie was in charge of the TV remote, and she turned on the program about how birds fly into space while wearing proper space gear. Kiri adored this program, and she thought about going into outer space when she gets older. Julie giggled.
That's impossible, Kiri. Yeah,
Added Ralph.
no birds have ever gone up into space. This is just an act.
Before Kiri could respond, something happened. We interrupt this program to bring you a small update, announced the anchorman. And I don't mean a small update, actually. I meant a special urgent bulletin that all you people and creatures have got to see. Denflick escaped military school for troubled ants. Good afternoon. I'm Anthony Camper reporting. Denflick, as you may not know, is a bad influence to other people. In other words, he's evil. So, if you see that naughty, nasty, despicable ant, stay away from him. He'll tell lies and you will never believe him. In fact, if you do see him, send that naughty Denflick back to military school immediately. Then the doorbell rang. Kiri, Julie, and Ralph checked the security cameras to find out who was ringing the doorbell. It was,
Frank,
gasped Kiri. Alert! Alert! Denflick, the troublemaking ant from military school for troubled ants, had arrived at your house. Bad ant! Whatever you do, stay away from him and don't even talk to him. That is all.
you're not supposed to be here. But Kiri, you're supposed to be in military school for troubled ants. Kiri, if you let me explain, my classmates in preschool have heard the whole thing. Joey and I caught you red-handed.
Added Ralph.
The entire kindergarten class had seen you suspiciously. You were sneaking into school without permission, Denflick. Please, I can explain. Get out, Denflick.
Ordered Julie crossly.
Explain.
Yelled Denflick.
Okay, explain fast.
Replied Kiri in a stern voice.
And then you're out of here. Okay,
Said Denflick.
but you have to pay attention and listen to what I have to say. No arguments and no interruptions. Just listen. All right, duly noted.
Said Kiri.
Go ahead.
Denflick cleared his throat.
Military school for troubled ants was nothing but trouble. Actually, what I meant to say was, that place was horrible, unpleasant, vulgar, disgraceful. Such an awful idea to send me to military school and live there. Why, they should shut that place down in accordance with the law of creatures. Anyway, I had one final chance to call someone so that they could get me out of military school forever. I called my family. They felt really sorry that I was sent to that awful place. So my family accepted the offer of getting me out. I waited and waited and waited, until at long last, my family picked me up in a big van that fits for me. I was free! Rusty rhymed. On my way home, I just heard a young adult sneezing and feeling ill. His name was Maximilian Dexter, and he couldn't go back to work unless he was 100% better. I went inside his house to investigate. When I was inside Maximilian's house, I noticed that every time he sneezes, he transforms into a Pomeranian, which is a type of dog breed. So I had to call Dr. Roswell right away. When he arrived, he had to give the human antidote to Maximilian. 7 minutes later, Maximilian felt all better. Dr. Roswell and I saved Maximilian's life. I hope they'll clear my name on the news.
Denflick's a hero. What? Denflick's a hero. Oh, seems like we have an update, announced Anthony Camper, the TV anchorman. Kiri, Julie, and Ralph sat back down on the couch to listen for further updates about Denflick. When Denflick got out of military school for troubled ants, explained Anthony, he heard coughing and sneezing from a human adult, namely Maximuffy Dubster, who was really sick and turned into a dog which was a Pomeranian. So Denflick called Dr. Roswell right away, and he saved Maximuffy's life thanks to Dr. Roswell's human antidote. Denflick and Dr. Roswell are heroes, and Denflick's name has been cleared. Now you can let Denflick in any time, whether it's rain or shine. That wraps up the bulletin. This is Anthony Camper reporting. We now return to the program that you're trying to watch. But Kiri, Julie, and Ralph didn't feel like watching TV. Julie turned it off by using the remote. Somehow, Kiri, Julie, and Ralph felt sad, disappointed, and guilty for not believing Denflick and for not letting him in. They looked at the security cameras to see Denflick once more.
Denflick? Yes, Kiri? What is it?
Kiri paused for a moment.
There was an update on the news.
She said sadly.
It turns out that you are a hero. You saved Maximuffy's life. We owe you an apology. We shouldn't have jumped to conclusions when you were trying to tell us something that's really important. We're sorry. Yeah, we're really sorry.
Apologized Julie and Ralph,
That's okay.
said Denflick.
I forgive all of you. By the way, did you remember to bring your umbrella?
Ralph asked.
It's raining a little bit. Yes, Ralph.
Denflick replied.
It's right here in my pocket. All right,
Said Kiri.
come on in, Denflick. All is well, except for this weather.
Update. Maximuffy is all better, and it's all because Denflick called the doctor and saved Maximuffy's life. He can now come in. Denflick opened the door and came into Kiri's house. He felt reunited. Everyone sat down on the couch and had a chat.
We're really proud of you for saving Maximuffy's life before something terrible happened, Denflick. Thank you, Kiri. From now on, I'm a new aunt.
He declared.
No more doing bad things like sneaking into school without permission, temper tantrums, complaining, or anything else bad. Simple as that. And if there's no rain tomorrow, maybe we'll all go out for a walk in the park as part of our exercise. Did I mention some parks have playgrounds? Even some schools have playgrounds for exercising. In the meantime, let's do some indoor games while I'm here.
And so they did. Denflick lived happily ever after, along with Kiri, Julie, and Ralph, whether it's rain or shine, even for tomorrow. Whenever a new adventure comes, Denflick, Kiri, Julie, and Ralph will hopefully enjoy it. Update. Denflick reunited with Kiri, Julie, and Ralph once more. They felt really happy. And so is everyone else. Well, thanks for watching, and see you again next story.